Today we're going to review how to graph a system of equations by graphing. So what we want to do is, if I look at problem number 1 here, I'm given the lines y equals 1/2 x plus 3 and y equals -3/2 x minus 5. So I want to start by graphing the first line. We always start with the second number, the y-intercept. So I'm going to go up to 3 on the y-axis, and then I'm going to follow the slope of 1/2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And once I followed it a couple times, I'm going to draw in a straight line using a ruler or maybe even my ID card. I want to then go ahead and graph line number 2. This one is y equals -3/2 x plus 5. So this line is going to start down at -5 on the y-axis, and he has a slope of -3/2. I usually put the negative up in the numerator or down in the denominator. So if I put it up in the numerator, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and forward 1, 2. But if I put it in the denominator, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and backwards 1, 2. You can follow your slope either way. Once I have a couple points on my line, I'm going to draw a straight line. We can then see that the two lines intersect at the point -4, 1, and that's our solution. Sometimes our lines aren't put in y equals mx plus b. So we have to change them into y equals mx plus b. If I take a look at line number 1, we've got 6y plus 3x equals 18. I have to get y by itself. So I'm going to start by getting rid of the unattached part and subtracting 3x from both sides. That's going to leave me with 6y equals -3x plus 18. And then I can divide both sides by 6. And when I divide everything by 6, I'm going to be left with y equals -1/2 x plus 3, because 3 over 6 reduces to 1/2. So then I can go ahead and graph line number 1. I'm going to go over to 3 on the y-axis, and then I'm going to plot my point, and I'm going to follow my slope of -1/2, which is down 1, forward 2, down 1, forward 2, and I can draw my line in. For line number 2, I need to get the x and move him over. So again, to cross the equal sign, I have to change the sign. A negative becomes a positive. And that's going to leave me with 4y is equal to x plus 24. Divide everything by 4, and we get y equals 1/4 x plus 6. So this line is going to start up at 6 on the y-axis and has a slope of 1/4. So I'm going to go up 1 over 4. Then I can draw my line, and I can see that these two lines are going to intersect at the point -4, 5.